If you have been wanting to find a little bit more mobility when getting into your twisted chair pose, then this is the video for you. We're going to do just a few drills to go through a warm up that's going to help add that mobility. We'll have a cool down that helps compensate all the twisting. So twist and back bends are complementary of one another. So we'll incorporate a little bit of both of those throughout this practice to get the spine with the mobility that we need while warming up to get into that twisted chair. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. We're going to begin on a child's pose position. So come on down to your knees. Bring the big toes together and then the knees nice and wide. So this is that first introduction to the hinge to your hips, but also just a moment to start to show up in the body. So go ahead, drop down, hips to heels, and start to crawl your fingertips forward. We'll have tented fingertips for the time being to just reach. Allow the forehead to drop down to the mat. And then soften through the hands. Let the hips relax. And just take a moment to connect with your breath by focusing on the inhales filling through the belly. Your exhale softening through the hips, the heels. 2 more breaths just to arrive into your space. Fill the belly up. Let the ribs get wide. Soften through the arms and the shoulders. This time, let the fingertips relax. 1 more big breath in. Soft breath out. Good. Now come up back to the fingertips. Find those tented palms. And then on the inhale, start to gaze forward and pull the chest in, sliding one hand under your shoulders at a time. Hug your knees in, and we'll start by getting some mobility through the spine with an inhale, dropping through the belly. Lift your tailbone, lift your chin. Exhale, round through the back. Tailbone hugs under, chin comes to your chest. 2 more cat-cows. Inhale for belly to lower. Exhale for back and shoulders to round. Move with your breath. Let a full inhale lift your heart and tailbone as the belly lowers. And a full exhale, empty the belly, hugging belly button to spine as chin and tailbone curl in. Good. Now meet in a nice neutral spine here. Tuck your toes under. And on your exhale, let's find our downward facing dog. So lift the hips all the way up. Send them backwards as the ears drop between your shoulders and the heels soften. Let's invite some little pedals to our feet here. Bending one knee, dropping the opposite heel to the mat. Maybe even adding a little extra twist to the hips here. It's very subtle, just some movement as the hips move with the feet. And then start to find some stillness. And allow a full breath in. Fill long through the spine. Almost lift the hips upward. And then the exhale. Soften your heels and your knees. Let the back of the legs relax. As your next inhale guides your gaze forward. And the exhale bends your knees to bring you to a forward fold. You can step, you can take a hop, however you want to get there today. But when you do, take a gentle bend in the knees. Let that hinge be at your hips here. And then tuck your chin to your chest. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Let's get those neck muscles nice and soft as well. And then find that stillness. Hands find your shins. Inhale, straight legs, straight arms, straight back. Hold on your exhale. Feel the belly hug in, right? We're stabilizing the core here. Inhale, pulls the crown of the head forward. Exhale, strong core, stabilize. One more breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, fold it down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Warming up that hinge in your hips. Big breath in. Sweep the arms up. We're coming to a stand. Your palms are going to touch overhead here. Now, I want you to be mindful. If the ribs came forward and you have a little arch in your back, let's go ahead and hug the ribs in. Reach the palms forward and let the exhale lower your hands towards your heart. The thumb is going to find your sternum. Now check in with the arms. We want to be nice and active through the elbows so they're nice and wide. Palms are really pushing together here. Feet are going to be about hips width distance apart. So if we're nice and close, just give it a natural step wide. And then as you breathe in tall, it's the crown of the head that's lifting, shoulder softening. And the exhale, we're just taking a gentle twist to the right. So we're introducing this twist. Inhale, come forward. Exhale for rotation. Notice you don't have to go all the way over. Our next exhale, find that twist and hold. Now reach the arms out to a T. The palms are going to face the long edge of your mat. It's a full breath in, get tall in the crown. Steady breath out. Feel the rotation as the belly empties. Good. Now drop your back right hand. Breathe in as the left arm lifts up. You're going to notice a stretch through the left side, maybe even the front of that left hip. And then exhale. Windmill the arms down to a forward fold. Building that mobility in our twisting. Breathe in to lift halfway. You know where you're going this time. We're going to take it on that left side. Exhale, add your fold. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Core is stable. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. It might just be a 45-degree angle. That's okay. Inhale brings you forward. Feel the rotation in the spine. Exhale, add that twist. Inhale forward. Last time here. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale will open your arms to that T. Palms facing long edge of the mat. Inhale, right arm lifts, left arm lowers. We have exalted arms. One big breath in. Slow breath out. Windmills your right hand down as the left hand follows to a fold. It's a gentle bend in the knees, chin to chest. Halfway lift, breathe it in. Exhale, add your fold. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Let's gather some energy as we reach tall. Keep those ribs in. Exhale, hands to heart. One more big inhale. Reach the arms up. And this time, exhale, circle your hands backwards like you're sliding your hands in your jean pockets. The elbows will bend to support the lower back with the palm of your hand. So like you're sliding your hands in those pockets. Now a big breath in, lifts your chin and chest. Squeeze the elbows in. And then on your exhale, the hips push forward. We're adding a back bend here. Inhale, lift the chin and the gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, find a little back bend. Keep looking backwards. One more breath in, collarbones lift. Exhale, push the hips forward, really sink here. And next, inhale, slowly lift the chin towards the ceiling. And then start to find a forward fold. Knees bend, hands fall behind the legs. Inhale to lift, halfway. Exhale, fold. Let your hands find the mat and step your left foot back. So our right ankle and knee are stacked. We want this foot between our hands. You'll lower your back knee to untuck the toes and let the inhale lift you all the way up. Supported low lunge, getting some nice opening in this left hip. If you want a little deeper stretch, you can always soften your hips forward. But for the time being, really focus here on letting the inhales lengthen through the spine. The exhale, stabilize through center, squeezing your inner thighs. Good. One more breath in, build strong foundation in your legs. And then on the exhale, hands to heart, elbows are wide. Good. Thumb in towards your sternum. Full breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. Inhale, coming back forward. Exhale, adding that twist. With this front bent knee, it is imitating what that chair pose will be like. Let's take one more round, inhaling forward. Exhale, add the twist. Good. Now open your arms to a T. Big inhale, reach the fingertips wide. Squeeze your inner thighs. That's going to help with the balance here. One more breath in. One more breath out. Let's add those exalted arms. Inhale, right hand drops, left arm up. Push the hips forward. And on the exhale, runner's twist. You can keep the back knee down. Left hand inside your front foot, right arm is up. Full breath in. Full breath out. Exhale, let the right hand lower to frame your front foot. Float the back toes and knee up. Step forward to find your forward fold, pushing from those back toes. Bent knees, chin to chest. Inhale, lift, halfway. Exhale, add your fold. Let's take that opposite side. Start with an inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. The knees can bend here. Breathe in, lift halfway. Find that length in your spine. Exhale, fold. Hands find the ground as the knees bend. This time stepping your right foot back. Framing your front foot, dropping your back knee. Untuck the back toes and let the inhale guide your arms up. Biceps framing your face. Good. So building this foundation, letting the inhale lengthen the spine. And exhale, squeezing those inner thighs nice and strong in our base. Your next breath out hugs your hands to your heart, your elbows wide. This front left big toe is grounded for stability. Breath in to add length. Exhale, let's find those rotations. Twist to the left. Inhale forward. We've got 3 rounds. Exhale to twist. One more breath forward. Exhale, twist. We're holding. Add the arms. Inhale, opens you up, reaching the fingers. Keep those inner thighs squeezing. And on your next breath in, left hand down, right arm up. Full inhale. Full exhale. Your last breath in, reach. Exhale, find that twist. Right hand inside your foot, windmill the left arm up. Notice that deeper hinge in your left hip. One inhale. Exhale, frames your foot. This time lifting our back toe and knee for a pause. Find your hands to the mat and step back for your first high plank. Pushing through the heels, spreading the fingers wide, nice and balanced, hands under your shoulders. Big breath in, push forward on the toes. On your exhale, drop your knees, bend your elbows all the way to the ground. Toes will untuck. Gaze finds the mat. And as you breathe in, find a baby cobra. Lift just the chest. Maybe the fingertips dance. And your exhale lowers you down. Slide your hands outside of the ribs. So taking one step back with the hands, squeeze the elbows back in. Inhale, straight arms, king cobra. Good. Now we're going to add a little stretch here to the front of our hips. As you breathe in, crown of the head gets tall. And as you breathe out, your gaze goes to the left. You'll notice that right hip get a little opening. Inhale, nose comes forward. Exhale, look to the right. Inhale, nose goes forward. Exhale, knees bend, back rounds, cat's pose, chin to chest, tailbone curls. And then as you breathe in, cow's pose, drops the belly, lifts the gaze and tailbone. Exhale, find a neutral spine. Gaze between your hands. Tuck your toes under. Take a big breath in, float your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, knees bend. Let's step forward. We're going to start introducing this chair pose. Good. Find a half lift. Breathe in. On your exhale, strong bend in your knees. Belly and thigh are going to connect here. So nice deep bend in the knees. Reach the fingers back. Big breath in. Hold on your exhale. Feel the belly and core get strong. Squeeze the palms towards each other. Inhale, chair pose. Lift all the way up. Your biceps are framing your face. Good. Now on your exhale, drop hands to your heart. And we're going to check in with our alignment in chair pose to start. So give the toes a little wiggle here. The weight is at your heels. And then we want to pay attention to the tailbone here. We want it nice and neutral. So if the booty is popping out, that happens sometimes, curl the tailbone in. Those quads are going to fire up. It's just chair pose this time. Inhale, find a little lift in the heart. Exhale, sink in the hips. Push the hips back, bend at the hips. One more breath in, find a lift. Exhale, keep that depth. Now come to a stand, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. So we build foundation and we keep adding, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back. We're gonna invite a different type of twist here. Ankle and knee are stacked. Drop the back knee, untuck your toes, breathe in, that supported low lunge. Good, exhale, hands to your heart. So working towards that twisted chair movement, breathe in tall. And then on the exhale, it's just a little hinge forward with rotation of left elbow towards the knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward rotation. One more time, up through center. Exhale, forward and connect the elbow outside of the knee. Good. Now, push to your front big toe for balance. Squeeze the palms together and notice if you can get the upper spine to rotate a little bit more. Full breath in, fill your belly up. Full breath out. Good. Simply on the inhale, push to your front foot for balance. Lift your chest and elbow, turning to the front of your space. Great work. Reach it forward. Frame your foot, and then let's give a little love to that right leg. A half split. Toes point up, chin to chest. You should feel a nice stretch along the back of the leg and up through the back of the hip. One more inhale. One more exhale. Go ahead, walk it all the way up. Lift your back toe and knee. Step forward, forward fold. As you breathe in, find a lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring in symmetry back to the body. Maybe noticing a difference between your right and left leg. Big inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Breathe in, circle the arms up. Exhale, circle the arms down as you fold. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold, fingertips find the ground, knees bend, right foot steps back. Drop your back knee, untuck through your toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands find your heart. Good. Nice and stable through that front left toe. Big breath in, find length in the spine. Exhale, hinge forward, rotate. 3 rounds. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge and rotate. All the way up. Our last one. Exhale, rotate, elbow outside of knee. Find the connection with your elbow first, and then it's the palms that squeeze to add rotation to the upper spine. The back of that left hip probably stretching. Breathe into where you feel that stretch. It's the exhale that we let that left hip soften. Good, let's come out. Inhale, lift up, square everything forward. Exhale, frame your foot. Walk the hands back as you straighten this left leg. Toes point up. Big breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, bend your elbows, chin to your chest. Let's give it one full round of breath. Nice little restorative. And then gaze forward. Exhale, walk it forward as the left knee bends. Untuck the back toe, float your knee, step forward, forward fold. Breathe in for a half lift. Exhale, add your fold. Breathe in, reach high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Bring the big toes to touch. As you breathe in, reach up high. Exhale, lean over to your right. Let the right hand drop and the left arm lean. Nice little opening to that side body. Breathe in, nice and tall. Exhale, left arm drops, right arm leans. Beautiful work. Breathe up tall. All right, exhale, hands to heart. Good. Now we're going to leave the big toes together here. If you want to slide your heels a little closer, there's a sliver between the heels. We're setting up for that chair pose, bending through the knees. Good. Now just feel your feet here, right? Where's the weight? Is it in the toes, the heels? And then just stand up. Good. Now wiggle the toes, right? We want to keep the weight in our heels here. And it's the exhale that lets us bend the knees like a wall sit, right? Coming all the way down. And then soften your toes. Feel that work come out of the shins. And as you breathe in, find a little bit of a lift. The hips are going to open slightly. And then the exhale, hinge forward, twist, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward, twist, and connect. Keep bending the knees. If you feel like you're getting stuck here, keep bending until your elbow finds the knee. Now, a lot of us, this left knee comes forward. We want to keep our knees and shins equal. So first we focus on even knees. Then the exhale, palms push and the upper part of the spine rotates. One inhale, one exhale. Inhale, lift up, hands to heart. Keep the knees bent. Stay for your breath out, sink a little deeper. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, let your left hand drop and your right arm reach overhead. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Check in with the feet, nice and close. Weight is in your heels. Toes are soft. Bend through the knees. Sink the hips back. You're already going to feel the chest coming forward. Now, what happens here is a lot of times we automatically are already too tight in the hips. So this is why on the inhale, we start with a lifted chest, right? That tailbone curled in. Take an inhale, find a lift. Exhale, hinge and rotate. It's one tap. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge and rotate. Connect your elbow outside of the left knee. Check in if that right knee came forward. Pull it back and then come back to the twist. Push the palms. Let the upper spine rotate. One inhale. One exhale. Inhale, lift up through center, chair pose. Stay on your breath out. Weights at your heels. Inhale, reach all the way up. Stand. Exhale, right hand drops. Left arm reaches. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale, find that fold down. Remember, knees can have a gentle bend. Chin is at your chest. Feel that open the lower back. Breathe in for a halfway lift. Our final chaturanga as you lower hands to the mat. Step all the way back for a high plank. Knees are welcome to drop for support here. Take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows bend. Inhale, untucks your toes as you float the heart up for a back bend. Exhale, knees wide, toes together, a child's pose. Reach the fingers forward. Melt the forehead to the mat. Let the tailbone soften. It's a full breath in and a soft breath out. Next, inhale, slide the hands towards you as you round through the back, coming forward, hugging the knees inward. Sweeping your legs off to one side, we'll make our way to a seated position as we lower onto our backs. So you'll slide the hips forward to the heels. If anyone's got a ponytail or clip like me, you can just set that out of the side, really allowing a nice long spine, back of the head, tailbone. And I just want you to take one breath in with your hands on your belly. One breath out. Hug your knees towards your chest. And let's just find some small circles with the knees. Going both directions, 1 or 2 times each round. Just getting a nice little back massage, movement in the hips again. And then we'll meet in a neutral spine. Hands on tops of the knees. And as you breathe in, push the knees away from the body. Feel the tailbone lengthen. Feet are nice and heavy here. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, pull the knees in. Tailbone's gonna lift. Inhale is straight arms, flat tailbone. And exhale, knees come back in. Really simple movement, but very effective at resetting the lower back, especially after all that twisting. So go ahead and straighten through the arms. We're gonna let the toes drop to the mat, release the knees. The legs and the feet are hips width distance apart. So if you find yourself wide or legs touching, go ahead and have that little space so that they're equal with the hips. Palms are going to find the outside of your hips as you walk your heels towards your glutes. Recheck in with the knees here. If they dropped open, bring them back in. And then notice here, if this lower back area has a little arch in it, we want to work to connect this to the mat. And we're going to do that by just curling the tailbone upward. It connects lower back to the mat. And then we set ourselves up for our next breath in to keep lifting 1 vertebrae at a time. We're finding a bridge pose as the hips come high. The balance makes its way to your shoulders. You might even tuck the shoulder blades in to get a little bit more lift in the hips, keeping those inner thighs engaged. Watch on your inhale as your belly fills up. The exhale, you lift 1 inch higher. Inner thighs staying engaged. It's 1 more breath in. A slow exhale to unwind. 1 vertebrae at a time. Letting the tailbone be the very last to unravel. Give yourself a full breath in when the hips land. And a full breath out. Slowly unwind those shoulders. Get nice and neutral in the spine. We're going to walk the feet out just 1 step. Slowly bring the soles of the feet together as the knees drop wide for your butterfly pose. We've done a lot of internal rotation with our hips today, so just a moment to let the hips open and breathe. If you want a little deeper opening to the front of the body, let the inhale lift your arms up and overhead. Hands finding the back of your mat. And just staying for a full breath in. Feel the front body open. And a softening in the hips on that exhale. You can stay here as long as you like. But if you are ready to find a Shavasana, the hands will circle outside of the legs as you use the hands to help aid an inhale, pulling your knees back through center. Maybe giving a little massage to the quads. Maybe even a push on the thighs as you just start to let the legs go long. You can enjoy your Shavasana as long as you like. If you'd like to pause the video here to just take a moment to get the wiggles out, open the arms wide. And it's these moments in stillness at the end of our practice that we let the body digest and absorb all of the work that we've put in, training our muscles, our joints, to find angles and rotation. Just let that muscle memory sink in. The body be still. And whenever you're ready to rise, you'll slowly hug the knees in. Rolling over to one side. Making your way to a seated position. We'll close our practice with one final breath in, reaching the arms all the way up. And the exhale, hugging the hands down, heart to center. Finding gratitude for your willingness to show up, to teach the body something new. Together, we bow our chin to our chest as we say, Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Come back to this class anytime you want to practice getting that rotation into chair pose or a twisted low lunge. This is great for just working on that hip hinge and just general twist to the body. Remember, back bends, child's pose are your friends for compensating through this practice. You can pause anywhere you need a little extra time and come back whenever you need a little practice on your twist. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.